Hi, my name is Kelly Cheatham. I'm a digital learning specialist for Fort Worth ISD. This is a video tutorial showing you a quick tip to make sure that everything that you are adding to your Google site can be accessible to the people who are viewing it. So one of the problems that we come across a lot of times when we add files to our Google site is that the people who are viewing our site have to request access to see them. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now so that you know what I'm talking about. So I have my Google site here, and notice that I have a Google Slides presentation in my announcements. Okay, so I'm going to publish this site now. Oh, it looks like it's already published. Okay, so I have my site published now. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this site link, and I'm going to show you what it looks like if I'm an outside person viewing this. So I have opened a new incognito window. Oh, timeout. We're going to pause for a second. So I've added this Google Slides presentation in my announcements portion of my site. And so I'm going to show you what it looks like for an outside viewer to access my site. And you'll notice that they're not going to have access to these announcements. So I'm going to go ahead and copy my link to my site here. And I'm going to open up an incognito window. So this is what somebody from the public will see. When they load my site, notice that they either will receive this, so this is if they're not logged into any Fort Worth ISD account, or they might see something that is asking them to request access. So if your people are running across this, that means that you have not set your sharing permissions on your files correctly. So let's go ahead and solve that problem. So I have this file as well as some other files that I'd like to add to my site in my Google Drive here. So I've got three different files that I would like to go on my Google site. So the first thing that I would suggest you do is create a brand new folder using the new button and then folder. I'm going to title this folder Site Materials, and then I'll create that. So notice I have that folder there. I'm going to move all of those materials that have to do with my Google site into that folder here. So now they're all located inside. And now here's a helpful tip. If I want to change the sharing permissions on all of those files in one quick process, all I need to do is change the actual sharing permissions on this folder. So I'm going to find this folder, I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go to Get Shareable Link. You'll also notice that you do have that option up here at the top, so either way will get you to the same place. But I'm going to click here on Get Shareable Link. And notice that right now it is restricted. I want to change this right here by clicking on that little drop-down menu to anyone with the link. And now notice that anyone with the link now can view the files inside. That's exactly the setting I want to see. So now I'm going to click on Done. And what that has done is it has changed the permissions on every single file inside. So now when I right-click on my syllabus, and click on Get Shareable Link, you'll notice that it automatically changed that one to anyone with a link. And that's the case for all of the files. So now when I add these files to my site, so let me add my syllabus here. And those are now in site materials, so they're all in one place and easy to find. Here's my syllabus. And I'll go ahead and add my lesson plan too, just so that we can see them all. So I'm adding from Google Drive. I'm going to find my site materials folder. And here's my lesson plan. I'll insert that file. And then don't forget, I've made some changes to my site, so I do want to make sure that I publish it. I am going to go ahead and make that a little bigger. So I'm going to publish these changes. Anytime you change something on your site, your viewers will not see it until you publish it. And I'm going to copy that published site link one more time. And let's look at that from the public view now. So notice that now that I've changed those share permissions, I can see my announcements, I can see my lesson plan, and I can see my syllabus. So all of those things are now viewable. So to recap, the big trick here is to create a brand new folder in your Drive where you're going to store all of those Google Site materials and just change that shareable link on your site materials folder. You just want to make sure that it is set to anyone with the link and as viewer. And then you're all good to go. If you have any questions, please reach out to your digital learning specialist.